Jurassic World Rebirth is right around the corner. They want us to talk about the mutants, but let's face it, everyone's just looking at the Rex. And it begs the question, is this the best design yet for the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the franchise? Of course, with all due respect to everything that's came prior. Everyone, this is Jacob, welcome to Dangerville. Now, I don't have a script or anything for this video, I just wanted to really get on the fandom's level here and speak from my mind, so I hope that doesn't bother you guys. But if this is the best T-Rex yet, well, we gotta remember everything that came before it, so let's take a look down memory lane. There's no denying this one. The original Jurassic Park Rex will always be iconic. They're gonna be looking at movies 100 years from now and still look at that Rex and be like, wow, that was actually really dang good. And this original T-Rex design kind of adds to the reason of why it's so hard to get a really paleo-accurate modern T-Rex to get, you know, adored by the fans. Everyone's just like, yeah, but it's not Rexy from the first Jurassic Park. After that, the doe and the buck killed it in the Lost World. And after that, the bull, well, that one had a great color scheme, I guess. And with the Jurassic World trilogy, Rexy again showed herself as she was aging gracefully into her final years. And now we've made it to the new Jurassic World Rebirth Rex. So why is everyone super excited for this new Rex? Well, here's some reasons that I've thrown together. Let me know if you agree. Let's take a look at Rexy. Unfortunately, the legacy effect of her had gotten a little bit repetitive into the Jurassic World movies. Sure, she had amazing climactic moments in that trilogy, but it was clear the girl needed to take a step back and just retire. At the end of the day, fans were getting a little bit upset of seeing this elder Rex needing help to win every single battle and just getting kind of beaten up and bullied. I think most people want to see the Rex not pushed around anymore. And then there's this whole hero dilemma with Rexy altogether. In the original trilogy, the T-Rex in those movies were, at best, neutral, chaotic sort of characters. And I really think the series was at its best when the Rex was used as a force of nature more than a heroic figure. Kinda like how it works with Godzilla, except Godzilla is more of this fantasy character, so it kinda makes sense for him to go back and forth between a hero and a villain, where a T-Rex, everyone just wants it to be an animal that's just big and deadly, you know? So that's why I think a lot of people were ready to move on from Rexy in the Jurassic World trilogy style of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And this is where a lot of the hype for the new Rex does come into play. First off, this thing is an absolute physical specimen. He's yoked. This is the most imposing Rex since the Lost World movies, and that was like 30 years ago. If you take a look at the new Rex, this is definitely the bulkiest Tyrannosaur we've seen since the original Jurassic Park version of Rexy, maybe even bigger. This really could be the biggest T-Rex yet in the franchise. All the angles here really show this thing just being huge. And even beyond this Rex's size, there are many reasons why fans are loving this brutish new build. This looks like a nearly unstoppable, super tough animal. Rexy was an elder and we were seeing her become skinny and losing her immense threatening size. With this new Tyrannosaur, this is a dinosaur that's ready for combat. It's in its prime. It's heavy, powerful, and has a bad temper. And I'm even seeing rumors that this thing is potentially a new breed of Tyrannosaur, completely different from the ones we've seen in the previous 6 movies. Now, I don't really know what that means. It still looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex to me, so it probably just means this is just a type of T-Rex that we haven't seen yet in the franchise, meaning its personality and how it presents itself to the human characters, meaning it's going to go after them pretty hard. And I do think that's going to make a lot of people happy. Fans want to see a dominant peak performance Rex again, and this is Jurassic World Rebirth giving it to them. I have to add that this is probably the most colorful and exciting to look at T-Rex we've gotten so far in the franchise. The yellow tiger stripe thing is just super cool to look at. It just is going to get everybody talking about it. And it's a nice change up from the more neutral tones that we've seen on Rexy lately. Now obviously when it comes to real world accuracy with modern day paleontology, you can debate the look of this new Rex, but turns out there's a reason why it looks more like a V-Rex from King Kong, and let's get right into that. And the reason why they really doubled down on the whole not trying to be modern paleo accurate was that this Rex in the lore was designed and made for a time when we didn't know any better about how the Rex would have looked like in real life. Kinda like the original T-Rex. At that time, that's kinda what science was saying a T-Rex looked like. So that's why we got this monster brutish look, and I'm okay with it. I think it's awesome. And still, the Jurassic franchise Rex holds up as being close to the real thing better than a lot of the other dinosaurs in the franchise, and this new bulk of the creature fits with what we do know about the T-Rex nowadays being a really heavy beast. Now I got a mission for you guys. Go down in the comments right now and tell me what you think is your top scariest Rex scene in the franchise so far. I have a friend of mine who literally had to mute the T-Rex breakout scene from the first Jurassic Park until he was like 12, so I'm sure you guys got some funny similar stories. Now let's talk about the whole river raft scene in general. Clearly, the legacy of this scene, being in the book, has a lot of fans super excited to see the scene come to life. I remember reading the book and thinking that this is actually a really fun sort of part to leave out of the story. I understand why they did that in the first movie, but it really was a unique dinosaur attack scene. And because of that, everyone can't wait to see the scene, even though they've pretty much shown the entire thing in the promotional material, I feel like. If you think about it, I feel like this is the first Rex attack in the franchise, like true attack, since Lost World, I feel like. It could be argued that the best parts of the Lost World were when the doe and the buck were just rampaging around stalking everyone. This constant pressure of having a T-Rex hunting you is something we haven't seen in forever, and I just feel like the river raft scene is amplifying those emotions and getting everyone excited. It's really trying to capture that same energy from the first two movies, and that's awesome. But with a fresh new twist, because now it can swim. Back when those movies came out, it was kind of generally believed that tyrannosaurs couldn't swim because they had tiny little arms, but modern science has told us that more than likely they were actually pretty solid swimmers. And that's why we got the Crocosaurus Rex now. I do have one concern about this river raft scene in the new T-Rex though. As epic as this scene seems, that's hard to say. There's still the issue of having children in this scene and characters that don't look like they are going to get eaten here. Even in the footage, it doesn't look like any of them were ever actually going to get killed by the Rex. So it's going to be a great scene, but I feel like we needed some randoms in this shot so the T-Rex could actually eat someone. Because I don't want to go back to the Jurassic World issue to where none of the characters are going to die, so it just completely takes that suspense away from you. It'd be nice if there was a threat of one of these characters actually getting killed or another character, but altogether you can go and say that sure, there's some great suspense energy here mixed with the fear of being hunted, and that's always a good time, I feel like. Well, for our movies, not in real life. If it manages to give just a little bit of suspense and fear, all while glorifying the Rex as the iconic animal that it is, and that the fans want to see, then this might be one of the greatest dinosaur scenes of all time. But is it the best T-Rex? Well, it's going to be hard to top the Rexes from the first two movies. But it does have a chance if this whole thing delivers, and maybe it comes out for an extra scene or two of chaos. That's even more exciting. Right now, this has potential to be at least the best looking T-Rex yet, and that's a good place to start. If you like this sort of casual video, everyone, just let me know. Once again, sorry, I didn't have a script, I just sort of had some bullet points and I just wanted to talk to you guys, and I feel like I haven't done this in a while. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next one.